Yo, yo, yo! Look, I just wanted to make a video real quick to kind of help like my fellow artists out there and like producers and all, everybody out there who like try to grind and try to like make it and shit. And like, this is more like mental like help advice just to kind of get you to keep moving, motivational type shit, and some tips and tricks, right? So, number one really is that you have to every time you hop in the studio or hop in, in your room or whatever where your setup is, you don't always have to make a song, like you don't always have to make a track, because then sometimes you may, start writing some shit and you're like, I don't really like this shit. I don't really want to record this shit. I don't, you ain't really feeling it, right? And you don't really feel making a song, but it does not mean that you can't still practice, still get better. It doesn't mean you still can't be productive. Just because you're not making a song doesn't mean you're not being productive. It's everything you do is like a stepping stone to something bigger, to your ultimate goal. So when you hop in the studio, sometimes you just do a freestyle. Just freestyle for an hour or two, get better at that, or just writing exercises, just write a bunch of punchlines down. Depending what type of rapper you are, you may be a melodic nigga, so you may want to just do la la la's and just sing a bunch of stuff. Mess around with alliteration and tongue twisters to kind of help you with your clarity in your songs. There's a lot of things you can do to improve yourself other than just creating a bunch of songs. Now, I have, been a fault of that, just creating a lot of songs, and they do help you improve, especially if you take what you learn from, one song that's created and, put into the next one and just keep creating. So it works either way, but I just think that you should definitely take time and create, just create, not necessarily make a song each time. Tip two, listen to your own shit, bro. Like, listen to your own music. Like, I know that sounds weird, but like, listen to your own music, or get to a point where you can listen to your own music, like it's Khan or Kendrick, like it's all of these other artists. It's like you listen to Drake. You know what I mean? If you got Drake in your playlist, you should be able to put yourself in your playlist. If you can't, then you're definitely not good enough yet. And don't dilute yourself. You know what I mean? Be honest with yourself. So if there's some shit that you would actually listen to, put that shit on your playlist, play that. You know what I mean? Because that's the only way. You got to support yourself before anybody's gonna support you. You know what I mean? If this guy, you want this guy to listen to your music, this person listen to your music. If you can't listen to your own shit, why expect them to? You know what I mean? So listen to your own shit. Tip three is mostly just like gear. So you don't really need like a whole lot per se. Like you just need a laptop and a microphone, and you're good. Really, you can get like a stand and a pop filter, and that would be a great setup for you. And then put up, this is more for like for beginner people who don't have like their own home studio. If you want to, you can either get some isolation shields. Like I got an isolation cage that goes around my microphone, like kind of encapsulated like this, and then I have like a shield that goes on the back of it, and that kind of helps a little bit with the sound. But it's not like a problem fixer. You still want to put some padding on your walls, but that costs a lot. So you want to maybe just take some blankets or whatever, put it all over your walls. And you just need to get a decent laptop. Now, anything nowadays is pretty good to record and make music. My laptop, it's old, man. I got it from my grandmother. Like it's super old. But it works really well. I actually can play like some games on it too. It's pretty powerful what I need to do. I can run Cakewalk, FL, all that on there. But if you use a lot of high-end plugins and you start putting more plugins on top of your tracks, that is going to slow your RAM and your CPU down. So, depending on what you're doing, you definitely should just keep in mind that you do need a laptop. I mean, you can try to record shit off your phone, but it doesn't work as well. I'm gonna be honest. You can't really do shit off your phone. Tip 4, in this shit is mostly like a mental thing. Like, this shit takes a long time. Like not just to get good, but to get people to think you're good, and to build your brand, and then to build all this, crazy shit, to become popular. And I think you should keep in mind that you going into this shit, you have to love it. You know what I mean? You have to love what you're doing. Love the process, love the recording process, the writing process, all that shit. And mixing is some bullshit sometimes, but even that you gotta try to find some enjoyment in, because it just takes a minute, and to get good, you have to do it for a long ass time, you know, and to not quit as well, you know. So just love what you're doing, you know. Don't go into this shit thinking that, oh yeah, I'm gonna get all the women, I'm gonna get all the girls. That ain't gonna happen for freaking 15 more years. That's if you get good. That's if, you know, freaking all the stars align, you know, because there's a lot of like avenues in life that, you know, outside of music that can make you a lot of money. Truck drivers make good money. I mean, fucking, you know, you go to college for whatever fucking college for, and you can get good money off these things. You know, becoming a doctor and all this other craziness, and you can make more money, and maybe contribute more to society, in different jobs than being a rapper or being an artist. You know, being an artist, you need to love this shit, you know what I mean? You gotta enjoy it. You know, my last tip, really, you know, I'm trying not to like repeat myself, but you know, I don't think I can really say it's practice, man. Just keep getting good and all that. Oh no, I have one. I have another one. When it comes to like haters or like people who are criticizing you and shit like that, like, dude, like, understand, like, you're the artist, you know what I mean? Like, you're the one who's creating your music, you know? No one else is in the studio for you, so no one knows your capabilities, what you can and can't do, you know, and how your software works. No one knows this shit, you know what I mean? And some criticism is good, some criticism is bad, you know, and you just gotta pick and choose what you want to take. But I would honestly say to just, you know, really just be honest with yourself and get better. And you will get better naturally if you're honest with yourself, you know. But criticism is a weird thing depending on who you are, you know. If you're, you know, you may be the guy who, like, you know, get the criticism, you like, oh yeah, I'm gonna change this up and boom, you're good. But there's sometimes people, you know, like me, I'm gonna be honest, like, I can take criticism a lot better, like now that I did when I was like younger. But like I still get, you know, it's my music, you know, I'm still sensitive towards it, and you have to, you know, either get out your feelings or you need to work 20 times hard, man. 20 times harder than anybody else, because, you know, because you ain't listening to no one else. It means you gotta be really in tune to what you're making, you know, so you can continue to get better, so you're not stagnated in your growth. That's what you don't want. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you know, this could be just kind of the last tip here. At the end of the day, you know, marketing, branding, and all these things is kind of, that's really what blows you up. Of course, making great music is definitely helpful, but like, that's really blows you up, marketing and branding. But you do not, if you care about the art part of it, you know, getting better at your craft, you do not want to be stagnated. You know what I mean? You want to actually progress each time you create a song, each month, each, you know, year. You want to be able to look back on your shit and be like, oh yeah, man, I improved. I got a lot better. Like, you know, you don't want the gap to widen so you can continue to improve. You don't ever want to be a hamster running in the same place, not going anywhere. You know, and in multiple avenues, but especially in the process of creating. You know, and yeah, man, you know, that's kind of my tips there. You know, I've only been doing this for like 4 years now, so like since like 9th grade. I just graduated, so. You know, I'm just kind of going through my own thoughts, trying to figure out, you know, what's next for myself. Give me your, you know, tips below. You know what I mean? Tell me what, you know, people should follow and people should do. Other artists. You know, we're all trying to grow here, trying to get better and, you know, improve. So, stay safe, yo. Stay safe.